are going to cover the struct in Golang. So uh, our main focus is to understand every step, like simple struct, multiple struct, inherit struct, and uh, print the struct using receiver function, and also how we can use the pointer in struct. So every concept we are going to cover in this video using the example. So let me start. So first line is package main. Second, when we define package main, then we need to define the function. So this is a straightforward, very straightforward line. So let's define one user struct. So type, this is the syntax, struct name, and type user, and it's a struct type, and this is the syntax of the struct. And let's define. So why we are using the struct? So suppose user is the you initially when we are declaring the variable, we define something like this: first name string, last name string, etc. So basically struct is the combination of different data type. So here we define first name string, last name string, and here we can create user 1, and this is the syntax to assign the value. This is the type of user struct, and here we can assign the value. So here we can assign the value in the two method. We can directly, like, first name is Rajesh, comma, last name is Misra. So let me run. fmt dot printf function, and here we are going to use the percentage plus v, comma, user 1. So the output is here. Fine. The important part is this, like suppose we have a first name, second name, and in user sorry, we have around 10 to 15 different fields. So we must if we want to assign the Rajesh into the first name and Misra into the second name, in that case we must need to follow the order. But anyhow, after once your program is running, and after some day someone is going and add here mid name as a string, so in that case you need to go everywhere where you are defining using the user struct and assigning the value using that, and you must need to assign the value into the same position. Like here is the mid name is the second position, so we need to define here on the second position. But if you are going to assign the if you are going to add the Kumar at the bottom, in that case it's assign the Rajesh in first name, Misra in middle name, and Kumar in last name. So I always recommended to assign the value using the key name. So this is the basic syntax, like this is our first name key, and here, and the last name key this. So if anyone goes here and assign the middle name, add the middle name as a type string, and if you want to add the last, so you can write here middle name and assign the value. So let me run. So see, the output is same. The next thing, we can use struct inside the another struct. So suppose we have a type user struct, we want to create another type contact info, and here we just need to define the email and zip. And if we want to use contact as a contact info. So what is the requirement of this? So this is the basic example, but in real life in contact field we have a multiple field, and we want to associate this contact info in user struct as well as the another struct. Let's suppose if we have another seller, first name last name, so we can use the contact info struct in both. And the another important thing is that like we can add the field and assign the data type like contact info, and another approach is we can directly assign the contact info, and Go will identify like the contact info. So let me show you the example how we can use here. Let me, so here basically we have defined the context. So in that case we need to write here contact this and email another is zip, suppose any 6-digit number, this and so after contact we need to define the data type. And let's create one more data set for the seller. First name Kumar Misra, pen is any dummy number for now, and the seller is type of this, and here we can directly so the next step is print it out. Seller one. So what is the error here? So we already writing what it's in the sorry. So basically here we need to write this. Let's run this program. So to clean the output, println user info, and here is the seller info. It's capital println typo. You can see seller info. If we want to make it clear, user info is this and seller info is this. So let's add one more line here. Now you can easily read and see the user info and seller info. The next step is how we can use the receiver function. So let's create a two receiver function, one for user and print function name, and here just write this line, and of course we need to change as a unit. The next receiver is seller. Let's print the seller info, and now here we need to write the user one dot print. Here we need to write the seller one dot print. Let me run the program. Undefined seller one, oops, s. So here we can define the receiver as well for the struct type. The next step and the very important step is the use of pointer inside the struct. So suppose here I am going to use let's update the user first name and see what is happening. So for that, let's first create the function update name first name, string type this, and let's make it receiver this, and here u dot first name equal to first name. So if I let me comment it out. and if we try to update the user1 dot update name, and so suppose, so currently it's Rajesh. I want to update my name as the Rajesh Kumar. So let's see what is happening. Okay, sailor 1 is declared but not in use. So let me delete this. So see, this is the first before updated Rajesh, and after updating the user info, it is still not updating our value. See, first name is Rajesh only. So why this is happened? Because in struct it's passed the value by the, it's pass it's using the shadow copy. Like here it's using the shadow copy. It's update the user here. If you want to print the first name is print updated first name is printed here, but if you want to print here, so what is happening, it's print the user one, and u is the copy shadow copy of the user one, so it's not updating the user one value. So how we can resolve it? So for this we need to use the pointer. So the very basic syntax is like here we can use the star, and in place of u we need to use this. So this is the syntax. Let me, now you can see our first name is updated. So basically this is the syntax of pointer. So in Go we don't need to assign the value like user pointer equal to address of user one, and then passing here and accessing adding ampersand and like this ampersand. So you don't need to do this. Go it bit intelligent, and when we are writing a sentence something like this, it automatically identify, like it automatically pointing to the address of u, this user one variable. So it's getting updated. So hope you understand the whole concept of struct, how we can create multiple struct, how we can struct inside the struct, and the way how we can use struct inside the struct. This is the two different way, and how we can create the receiver function in struct. So this is quite as simple as it's a simple, we don't need to update anything here. It's a same as the another receiver function. And the next thing is how we can use the pointer. And if the user one is a, suppose we have another user 2, and it's the type of string name something, any value. If we define the variable with the slice of string type, in that case we don't need to use the pointer here, because it's internally point to the address, memory address, in place of value. So struct use pass by value and slice of a string and another variable, another data type support pass by reference. So especially in case of struct, map and another thing, you need to use the pointer. But for string, slice of a string, you don't need to use the pointer. It's already pointed to the our address, memory address of the variable. So hope you understand the whole concept of struct in Go. Thank you for watching this video.